Oh, well, hey there. You've caught me killing withers. So, pretty much, I got a bunch of wither skulls, and for my wither skeleton farm, and I've been, putting them at my shop, and I've been thinking, you know what will be fun? How about instead of wither skeleton skulls, we just sell straight beacons, and then we could sell the beacons for more profits. Right? Because, I mean, I could easily charge a beacon for 2 diamond blocks, and then have optional wither skeleton skulls being sold for 1 diamond block. Right? People don't have to go out and kill a wither anymore. They just have to buy a beacon immediately. So, yep, I'm over here killing withers. I enchanted a sword. I called it Wither Slayer with Smite 5, because withers die the quickest with Smite. You know, because they're like an undead mob, I guess. I guess that's how that works. I guess it's undead. So yeah, I got a beacon up here. 2 beacons, actually. With haste and what's this other one called? Strength, right? And then I can just hit it real fast, and it dies within like a couple seconds. It's like really, really, really quick. Immediately. I have 32 wither heads, bunch of wither projectiles, 7 blue wither heads. And I still have a stack in 15, a stack in 12 now, wither skulls to go. So, yeah, I'm gonna be here for a while. Hey there, I'm back from killing a bunch of withers. So, pretty much, I mined, like, a lot of obsidian in the end. Like, a lot. And, yeah. Like, here, I'm gonna go into my statistics and I'll show you how much I mined. Hold up, wait, I gotta scroll down this list for a while. 315 obsidian. So, yeah, I did that. And then what I also did, to make beacons, you need 3 obsidian, a wither star, and then you also need 5 glass, per beacon, right? So I traded with my villagers down there in the hole, and, yeah, I got a bunch of glass, and I made a bunch of beacons. So in my ender chest right here, in this shulker box, I got 34 beacons. In total, I got, like, a bunch. I sold 2 beacons to X-Rogs. In total, I had a stack of beacons, and then I sold 2 to X-Rogs. But so now in total, I have 62. One of them is actively at my base, though. So anyway, in the last episode, I cut out this major bit. You see, the episode was running long already, and overall, I think my episodes are getting a bit too long. So I'm gonna try to cut back down for this episode. Episode 6. Yeah, but basically I upgraded my wither skeleton shop to have well, it's not a stand anymore. It's like a wither skull. And so I've put a bunch of beacons back here. I'm selling 1 diamond block for 3 skulls up here, and then 2 diamond blocks for a beacon. By the way, up here, I just had an extra wither skull, so I put it here, and it's just here now. Like, if anyone wants to take it, they can, but like, yeah, it's just there now. So yeah, that's the gist of it. So pretty much in this episode, what I'm thinking of doing, in the last episode, cut out, literally, I recorded for 2 hours, and I managed to shorten it down to like, 2 minutes. Like, there was a big interaction in there, and I cut it down just for like, because I wanted to focus more on, building the barn. And the silo, I also recorded the entire building of that, but I just skipped over it because, I mean, it's just kind of there. It's not even that important or big or anything. So today, what I'm gonna do, I want to clear out an area over here, right? My whole idea with the forest is that I'll just clear it out and put buildings in it over time. So like, I didn't want to plan out buildings before I put the forest in, so I'm just doing the opposite of that. So, yeah, that's my plan. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clear out a bunch of the forest. I'm gonna put in what I think I'm gonna put in a lumber mill. So, right, I'm gonna do that. And, to do that, I'm gonna need materials. Now, then also in that 2-hour recording I scrapped, like a majority of it, like all but like 2-3 minutes of it. I did get quite a bit of resources. Like I ran out of dark oak. I went to get dark oak. I went to get oak logs because I ran out of oak logs. I ran out of like a lot of stuff. However, this time around, I mean, I should have everything I need, hopefully. And if I don't, I won't include it, getting it, because, yeah. Now, I have never been to a lumber mill in real life, which is kind of insane. Well, I mean, not really. I mean, okay. 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 So here, I live in the Midwestern United States, which, fun fact, the only two things about the Midwest is literally we just kind of sound like Canadians, but we say sorry and not sorry, and about, not a boot. And that's pretty much like the only difference. And we're also like pretty much prime spot for Great Plains, so we got a lot of farming over here. And the state I live in specifically is like one of the states with the least amount of forest in the Midwest. So yeah, I don't really have a lot of forests near me or in my state at all. So yeah. I have never been to a lumber mill, so I gotta sort of figure out and look up pictures of one and sort of try and transfer a modern day lumber mill into a medieval cottagecore sort of style. I've realized now a lot of this base, like looking in free cam over here, a lot of it you could just replace the birch and a lot of the other lighter tone blocks with darker tone, like spruce, that sort of thing, and it would just totally be just a medieval town. But I mean, we got moss roofs and vines and leaves, so therefore, it's cottagecore. That's how my reasoning works. So yeah, I just sort of gotta look up pictures of a lumber mill, and then I'll get the resources together, and we're gonna build our lumber mill together. So there we go. You got like your generic sort of house structure right here. So then right here you got like your house, and we'll make it 2 stories tall, so you have like a family living up there, right? And then over here you got like an overhang, and then like by the overhang and under the overhang is where you get all the wood, and where the wood is kept. And so now, really, it's just the basics of sort of filling in this outline. Go with the chiseled sandstone for these corners, and then the cut sandstone in between the chisel. And then we go birch planks, and birch log on top, and strip the birch log. Now then, replacing this dirt here, just like that. And there we go, walls are done up here too. So then, next step is getting in the roof. Yep, and there we go. Anyway, right, so coming over here, we're gonna do the overhang. I'm just gonna break down all of this stuff. Just gonna sort of come over here with a bit of an overhang. Yeah, that works, that works. All right, then I think that's about the overhang done with that. All right, so then over here, I want to just sort of flatten the area out around it for each of the pillars. Right, so I'm coming in with the coarse dirt for the start, and then I sort of want to texture this thing with some dripstone in places, and then like some packed mud as well. Yep, and then now that we got that in, just sort of get like some log piles around. And here, I can make like a sort of big door here. The wood could be like moved in here through the door. And there we go, yeah. Now that should be about it. The only other thing I want to do is add in a trim. There we go, I'd consider that done. But yeah, that again just really helps to fill out the area a whole bunch. Now, I cut out this long bit in the last episode where I really did just explain the story of this place for like 10 minutes. And yeah, I kind of want to shorten that down quite a lot. So, pretty much, here's the rundown. Here's the story of this place, because yes, this place has a story. So pretty much there was this one farmer guy, he was like, you know what would be cool? I'm gonna go find a farmland away from all the people, because I don't like people. People are lame. And honestly, I kind of agree with farmer guy. He's, not me, I'm not farmer guy. So farmer guy comes over to this island, he's like, yo, wait, this island, it has some good crop growing potential, because he planted some crops here, and they grew like the full grown, they like ripened within like 3 days, and he was like, whoa, that is insane. They're already ready to eat in like 3 days after planting them. Whoa, that's insane. And so based off that knowledge, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna start a farming business over here. And so he does. He gets his house in, he gets some fields in, he gets a silo in, he gets a barn in, he gets a windmill in. And yeah, no, it's going really good for him. But then he's getting rich from exporting all of the goods from the farm over to a bunch of other places all around the world. And by all around the world, I mean all around the like 20-mile area, because like this is medieval times, like it's not like a large area. And so he realizes, wait a minute, now that I'm rich from farming, I don't really want to start farming any more stuff anymore. Like I could just get other people to farm for me. So what he does, he hires some people to get some farming for him. And of course he tells people, hey man, you gotta build your own house, because I'm not building a house for you. So instead, all the people and their families who come over here to work for the farmer, to farm for stuff, they built some basic houses with just some random materials that they find around the place. And yeah, that's how these sort of poorer areas came to be. They're people who work for the farmer. Now then, they are being paid, and when they're being paid money, of course, they got to spend that money somewhere. And instead of venturing off the island, going to other places to, you know, do their money spending, local businesses, they come around here and they say, yo, if we make a business here, we'll get money, and yeah, and then we can also sustain ourselves from the stock that we get that's imported from other places, from other, like, chains of business or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know, man. So yeah, what happens this here is like a general store type thing, and you got a family living up there, and then down there is like a general store, and yeah, that's why the villagers are down there too. They're providing the materials for the general store, and like lore-wise, they're not actually there. Like down there where the villagers are, it's actually just like a freezer pit where they keep a bunch of food and stuff. And yeah, so there's general store right there. And then, as more boat traffic is coming to the area to buy stuff at the general store and to, you know, get exported from the farmer and the farms and all that stuff, people are coming here by boat. And of course, when there's boats, and there's fog, and there's nighttime, there's disaster. And of course, to fix that, they have a lighthouse. And lighthouse is right here. And of course, people gotta work at the lighthouse. So the farmer pays people at the lighthouse to work at the lighthouse. And yeah, they also live at the lighthouse too. And then along the way, other people come living here, just because it's pretty easy to live here. Maybe they work at the farm, maybe they work at the general store, maybe they work at other places, maybe they work in their own homes, right? So, for example, you got a person over here, maybe there's a shop down here, and the family up there. You got over here, you got a cabin right here, someone lives there. Over here, you got a lumberyard, somebody, there's a family who lives here, there's people who work here, and then other people, maybe in the family in this house works at the lumber mill, or maybe the people in this house works at the lumber mill, who knows. There's people working on all over the place. And eventually, one day, a king of a rivaling kingdom or rivaling area comes over here and talks to the mayor, which is pretty much the farmer guy. He's the mayor now. And he says, yo, unless you give me your, like, access to all of the food, or at least, like, half the food, right? I'm gonna kill you all, and this whole island and all of this land will become part of my kingdom. And the farmer guy says, okay, sure. And then the king guy says, oh yeah, right, by the way, I'm also gonna move in next door, so that way it's easier for you to sort of, you know, get all of the food immediately to my door, instead of, you know, you having to transport a bunch of stuff by boat, or a bunch of stuff by like horse cart or whatever. So yeah, what ends up happening, king moves in over there, some like royal guards, whatever, that sort of thing, move in over there to build a giant castle, and they're unofficially rulers of this area, because if they're not rulers of this area, the whole entire place will burn down, and it will be bad. And I am the king. I'm the king person. That's lore right there. I'm the king person. Therefore, my megabase plan. Okay, I can slow down now. So, yeah, the gist of it, yeah, I'm a king, and I'm forcing the people to give me their food because I want it. Like, I mean, someone's got to fund my golden carrot addiction. So, yeah, what's happening? They're all gonna export food to a giant castle right there on that hill. And, yeah, that's the sort of plan. And it also makes sense with having this bridge here. I mean, you gotta move stuff over to this castle. And it also makes sense why it's sort of a different style than the bridge over here. Because it's more like kingdom-y building thing. Because, like, before that, you just sort of had to swim over, I guess. So, yeah, that's the gist of it. That's, like, the lore of this area. That's future plans. I'm gonna build a big old castle over there. Now, another project I want to work on today is actually right here. So, if you were one of the people, one of the 2.3 thousand people, that's right, 2.3 thousand, that's a big number, who watched episode 1 of this series, this here is, well, this is Spawn. Now, Spawn is in, like, the only cherry blossom biome in, like, near, in the vicinity. Haha, I can English. And, yeah. However, if someone dies, like me, yeah, like, you will get sent back here, and there's no ender chest for you to grab your stuff. There's no, like, building here. So, what I'm thinking is, and in a little bit later, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna design a building to put here that's not, like, a cottagecore style thing, or even, like, cherry blossom. Right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get you guys into a time lapse, because I don't want to do another voiceover thing with the, like, I don't want to build with another person with you guys here. No offense, guys, but I don't want to build with you again. Like, that stuff takes a while to edit. So I'm gonna get you guys into a time lapse, and then what we're gonna do I'll speak over it. I'll do voiceover, and yeah, just explain the building process. So yeah, let's do it. Time lapse. Go, go, go. Blah, 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 blah. All right then. So for this build, I wanted to do sort of a different style from what I've been doing and from all the other stuff around the server. So what I did, I took a little bit of inspiration from like some other cyberpunk builds I saw, and I built a new sort of cyberpunk tower structure thing. And yeah, I mean, I like it. All right then. So one quick time lapse later, and this is the area we got here. Now, very, very basic, as in so basic to the point where there's nothing behind it, there's nothing leading up to it. It's basic. However, on the inside, I mean, there's an ender chest and there's a nether portal, so like that's probably useful. Now, for the design, this took me hours to design in the creative world, but I love it, man. I really, really do. And yeah, I think this is definitely a build to remember, man. I just like, genuinely, cyberpunk is such a difficult style to work with, and thanks for some reference images I found, and just some more sort of tweaking and tinkering, I think I got it down. Hi guys, I've been kind of bored. So, pretty much after filling out and making this wonderful lumber mill right over here. I do love it, actually. It looks very, very good. I got a wee bit bored. Gotta be real here, guys. So, on screen right now, I'll do a time lapse real fast. Just gonna talk over la 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 blah 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 blah, right? And, yeah. So I decided to build another sort of building over here that I wanted to put my nether portal in, because my nether portal was just kind of out in the open, and I didn't like that. So yeah, I mean, I like it. I think it fits pretty good. And then, of course, the other thing I've been up to, I'll show you. All right, close your eyes. Close your eyes, everybody. Close your eyes. I got this. I'll show you. And open. Actually, wait, no, don't open. Now open. Putting your FOV to 30 makes everything just look a little bit better. Gotta be honest. Except for the first person POV. It looks kind of... So yeah, everybody, what I've done here before, this was just sort of an ugly old cliff that I had no idea what I wanted to do with. So what I've done with it here, I've made a sort of a pier type thing, boardwalk type thing. And I'll sort of explain it out real fast. So of course, going on with the story I explained a little while ago, people are coming to the island, and I mean, they gotta drop off their resources and everything somewhere, right? Because, I mean, if you gotta get stuff inside of a shop, right, you gotta, you know, import the goods and export stuff too, right? So, what I've done here, we got some houses built into the cliff, right? Got a bunch of barrels. I'm thinking that this is where they import a lot of their fish and that type of thing, right? So, over here, you got some barrels lifted by a crane, right, which is right here, and I love this crane design. Actually, I was going to use a crane design that I built back in the other series I used to have called Pioneers. I got banned from it. It kind of sucked, but whatever, right? I was using that design, but it didn't really fit in too well, so I changed it to this design, which I found by looking up Minecraft medieval crane, and I did tweak it a little bit. But yeah, I did that. Gotta be real here, guys. Cranes are difficult to build. Like, really difficult. Like, genuinely, all cranes, they're very confusing. And, yeah, so up there, it's sort of like one of these things, but they removed the pallet beneath it. So it's like the barrels, they got stored over here, and they don't really know where to put it, so they just put it on this poor man's roof. Poor guy living down here. The roof, it's got fish barrels on it. And, yeah, that's what I did. A lot of the other building techniques I used here. So pretty much for the floorboards of this thing, I wanted to go with, like, a spruce slab base, right? And we're all slabbed up because it's, like, we're on a boardwalk, right? I don't want to, yeah, whatever, right? Now, these right here are campfires. You see, when you shovel a campfire, when you use a shovel on a campfire, the flames go away, and this is what's left. Now, what I'm thinking this represents is sort of like damaged areas to the planks, right? Or these are areas that were sort of ripped out, and they just had to sort of, you know, put in some plywood to fix them up real fast, and maybe the plywood wasn't too great of a job. So yeah, that's my general idea with that. And then with this, I really love the walking up, right? and walking down. Because you see, these houses, they're slanted a little bit, because they're built, like, directly into this cliff, right? Like, this one doesn't have anything inside. This one doesn't have anything inside. They're built on the cliff. And so I sort of dialed it and sort of warped it with the cliff as well. And I really love that, because it sort of feels like it's constantly with you, right? Like, there's constantly something there. It isn't like it's off on the side. It's like there's always something happening right next to you. And I really love that. And then, of course, coming up here, I wanted to do something a little bit different for a pathway up. So I got some oak logs as sort of like sides to the thing, right? And then I put some tree slabs up top. And then, yeah, just continue that path up to here, and it's all connected up. Right, now, in the next episode, what I'm thinking I'm gonna do, maybe I'll add some boats around here, like, maybe like a shipping boat. Of course, like, I mean, it's shipping materials, like you have some barrels and stuff on it, right? And those barrels are being shipped over to here. And what's inside the barrels? We don't know. Let's check what's inside the barrels. Building materials are inside the barrel! This is insane, guys. They're holding building materials. Okay, no, they're not. They're holding fish. Lore-wide, they're holding fish. Yeah, they're not holding building materials. I'm sorry. But yeah, getting some boats around here. Maybe around this spot here. Maybe I'll get a boat in, like the back of a boat, and I'll get some of these bad boys on it, right? So it's like the crane is picking up stuff from the boat. That'll add a lot more life to this sort of thing. So, yeah, that's my plan for the next episode. I'm gonna get some boats in there. And then maybe, potentially, maybe we start working on the castle a little bit. Not a ton. There's still a lot I want to do around here, but just a wee little bit. Right? Maybe, like, some wire framing with dirt or something like that, right? You know, sort of figure out a design, a block palette, that sort of thing. So, yeah. That's probably... Yeah, no. That's gonna be it for this episode, I think, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming out. I always love to see you guys over here. If you have any comments or suggestions or anything, yep, leave them in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for coming out, guys. Yeah, if you want to subscribe, then subscribe. And if you don't, that's all good. So I'll see you in the next episode, everybody. Bye bye.